Recording in progress.
Okay, good morning everyone. Afreilich and Zois Chanukah. Very excited to share with you 3 presentations today. First, what is known as Davar, Yafeh, Be'itai. And this is about, we're connecting the Parsha to the Zman of the year. And in this case, we're connecting Parshas Mikeitz to Chanukah. Now, even though this year it's actually a rare occurrence that Mikeitz is not Chanukah, but even though Chanukah does not come out on Mikeitz, it's still the Parsha of the week of Chanukah. And almost always Parshas Mikeitz is Chanukah, so we're going to explore a number of beautiful connections. Perhaps you're familiar with them, maybe you're familiar with all of them. But Ein Beis HaMedrash B'li Chidush. Take a look at the email today. And if you want to sign up to our email, please go to our site office, rabbidg.com, and subscribe. And actually, the new Sefer, as you know, is out. Today's the last day you could get a discount. First, we start with Davar Yafeh Be'itai. Parshas Mikeitz. Here we go. Baruch Hashem. So the Shiltei HaGiborim on the Mordechai Masechta Shabbos Daf Ayin Tes brings that in most years Chanukah is Parshas Mikeitz. Here is a remez. Mikeitz Shenasayim. Shenasayim stands for Samoyel Ner Tadlik Yamin Mezuzah. On the left side, light the Ner. On the right side is Mezuzah. So in the second word of the parsha already, you have a remez to Chanukah. Shenasayim. Samoyel Ner Tadlik. Light on the left side, Yamin Mezuzah. There's an amazing sefer called Chamra Tava of Rabbarkin, of Ramazim Neflaim. He says the reason why Chanukah is always Parshas Mikeitz, the gematria of Mikeitz, which is 230, is Chanukah Yafeh Kislev. The gematria of Mikeitz is Chanukah Yafeh Kislev. And the gematria of Vayehi Mikeitz Nasayim Yamim is gematria Ches Pa'amim Yom Chanukah. Ima Koila. Also, the Medrash Rabbah. Did you know the Medrash Rabbah on Parshas Mikeitz is the 89th Parsha, Parsha Peites, Gematria Chanukah, Oyom V'Noira. The Medrash Rabbah on Parshas Mikeitz is Parsha Peites, Gematria Chanukah. The most well-known remez to Chanukah, Utevayach Tevach V'Hachein. Look in the Shiltei HaGiborim, who says that he has a Messiah, that the words Tevach V'Hachein, if you take the letter Ches of Tevach and the Vav He Chaf Nun of V'Hachein, it's Chanukah, and it's a smach for the sudos that are made on Chanukah. This is Yosef HaTzadik inviting his brothers to a meal, and this is a remez to the sudos that are made on Chanukah. Tevach, the ches of Tevach, v'hachein. Now, the letters Utevayach Tevach are gematria 44. Let's calculate that. Tevach is 19, and Utevayach is 15, 17, 23, 31. So, in other words, the gematria of the words Utevayach Tevach, the gematria of the words Utevayach Tevach are 44. Let's see if we could calculate that. The word Tevach again is 19, and Utevayach is 15, 17, 25. 20. In other words, if you spell it without the Vav, which by the way is the way that it's spelled in the Chumash. In other words, Utevayach has 1 Vav, then it's a total of 44. That's a gematria of the 44 Neros of Chanukah. I saw in the Sefer Imrei Noyam that the word V'Tevach alone is 25 gematria to Yafeh Kislev. And all the words together, Tevayach, Tevach, V'Hachein, are Oisias Chanukah. And whatever is not Oisios Chanukah is gematria 36, the 36 candles. Also, Tevayach Tevach V'Hachein is gematria Kohanim. And the Sefer Pnei Aryeh Zuta brings And this is quoted in a number of Svarim, and I thank my friends Rabbi Yisrael Eliezer Levi and also Rabbi Rafal Ansel for sending me. The Pnei Aryeh Zuta brings that the Suda of the Tvayach Tevach V'Achein was on that meal took place on the first day of Hanukkah on Erev Shabbos. Okay, now this was a really beautiful pshat that is brought in the Sefer Mishnah Sachir of Rabbi Sachar Doiv Teichtal, page 500 to 501. He says really a beautiful remez. Because, if you put two and two together, we just learned that the Suda that Yosef invited his brothers to were Sudas Hanukkah. And at that Suda, Yosef tells his brothers, he says, who's this little guy? And they say, oh, him? Binyamin. Vayoymar Elokim Yachnecha Beni. Says Rav Teichtal, we know the Shvatim were Nizbarech on Chanukah. And they were also Nizbarech with Chayin. The brothers were given the bracha of Chayin. Where? Because the brothers were told, Hayeladim asher chanan Elokim esavdecha. But Binyamin wasn't born yet, so Binyamin was not yet blessed with Chayin. And in Parshas Mikeitz, when Yosef blesses Binyamin with Chayin, asher chanan Elokim esavdecha, Yosef blesses Binyamin with Chayin. He's given the bracha of Elokim Yachnecha Beni. So in this week's Parsha, the Shvatim are now complete in the blessing of Chayin. Because until now, only the brothers had, but Binyamin did not have the bracha of Chayin. And now, all of a sudden, Binyamin is blessed with Chayin. So now the brothers complete the blessing of Chayin. And we just said earlier that this Suda took place on Chanukah. So the Rav Teichtal suggests the reason why it's called Chanukah is a lashon of Yachnecha, the bracha of Yosef that he gave to Binyamin, which is the bracha of Chayin. It's a very beautiful pshat, especially in light of the fact that the Suda of Tvayach Tevach V'Hachein was happened on Chanukah. Mem Gimel Chav Tes. Yeah. Now, also another inyan that we spoke about Wednesday is that Chanukah is a tikkun from Mechiras Yosef. The Imrei Noyam brings that, the Tfar Shlomo says that, which is another connection of why we read about the Parshas of Mechiras Yosef during the Zman of Chanukah, because Chanukah is a tikkun for Mechiras Yosef. Okay, this is really beautiful. It says that Yosef gave presents to his brothers, and the present given to Binyamin was 5 times as large as the present given to the other brothers. And the Kedushas Levi and the Kazhnitzer Magid and Rav Shlomo of Radams, they all say, Chamesh Yadais, 5 hands. You know what that's referring to? Rabim biyad ma'atim, Tmeim biyad tohirim, Risham biyad tzadikim, Zaydim biyad oiske sarasecha. In other words, these are the 5 hands. Giboyrim biyad chaloshim, Rabim biyad ma'atim, Tmeim biyad tohirim, Risham biyad tzadikim, Zaydim biyad oiske sarasecha. The 5 yadois that were given to Binyamin are a remez to the 5 yadois that we were zoicha to on Chanukah. Rabim biyad Giborim biyad chalashim, Rabim biyad ma'atim, Tmeim biyad tohirim, Risham biyad tzadikim, Zaydim biyad oiske sarasecha. Shvilei Pinchas adds that that's why it was given to Binyamin, because even though the Mikdash was built in partnership between Yehuda and Binyamin, but the Heichal and the Kodesh HaKadoshim was built in the Chelek of Binyamin. So it comes out that the bracha of 5 yadois that was given to Binyamin was fulfilled specifically in Binyamin's Chelek, namely in the Heichal. Another beautiful idea, the Belzer Rebbe said, Vayomer Alehem Yosef, Bayom HaShlishi, Zois Asu V'chyu, Es Ho'elokim Ani Arei, Zois. The Belzer Rebbe would say the reason why it's called Zois Chanukah is that Yosef said Zois Asu V'chyu, and he made a preparation for the Nes of Chanukah. As we know, Yosef said V'chimesh Eretz Mitzrayim. Now on Zois Chanukah we read which Nasi? Ba'yoim Hashemini Nasi Levnei Menashe. We read B'nei Menashe. Why? Because he's the son of Yosef. That's why in the Medrash Tanchuma, the Medrash Tanchuma writes all the dinim of Chanukah on Bayom Hashmini, because Yom Hashmini is the day of the son of Yosef. Now, my friend Rabbi Rafael Ansel of France showed me. One second, before I get to that, in the Sefer Divrei Yitzchak of Rabbi Yitzchak Weingarten, he brings that the gematria of Zois Asu V'chyu Es Ha'Elokim is gematria Chanukah. So the words are gematria Chanukah. And my friend showed me from the Ateres Yeshua of Jikov, I couldn't find this, that the pasuk Zois Asu V'chyu is make a suda on Zois Chanukah, and by doing so, V'chyu, that the Shvatim actually went to Mitzrayim on Chanukah. It was a 5-day distance. They were in jail for 3 days, so they came out of jail on Zois Chanukah. Okay, one more. You know, at the end of every parsha, it gives you the number of psukim. Yeah, you know this one? Except for Mikeitz.
I told you this one about 15 years ago.
I was about to say that I think you mentioned this from a Parsha sheet like 15 years ago. I remember that in the Young Israel. I do remember that. So we'll give with Mechabed Reb Joe. Reb Joe said this over a decade ago. So I found a source. The Bnei Yissaschar brings it from his relative Reb Tzvi Hersh of Zidichayv. But here you'll see there are a few Perushim. We know that every parsha has a siman for the number of psukim, and Parshas Mikeitz is a siman for the number of words. How many words are there? 2,025. Why? So there are a few very simple pshatim. A few times it says the word poitifera. Is that one word or 2 words? So we need to know how many words are in the parsha to know whether poitifera is 1 word or 2. Or the Gra says, Vayikra Shemai Avrech. Is Avrech 1 word or 2 words? But the Bnei Yissaschar brings from Tzvi Hersh of Zidichayv, since Chanukah was established in this parsha, which begins on the 25th day of the month, and we light 8 days, and Ner is 250, so therefore 250 times 8 is 2,000. So we have 2,025 words, 25 for Yafeh Kislev, and 2,000 for the 8 Neiros. So that's also another remez and connection between Mikeitz and Chanukah. Okay, Rabbi Say, Be'ez Hashem, in 15 years, hopefully you'll forget this one so we could say it again. No, I know next time in 15 years you need to remember it. You need to say, no recycling.
That'll be the trick, to remember it in 15 years.
Okay, but still, we're learning it again in connection with all the kisharim between Parshas Mikeitz and Chanukah. Okay, that's first offering for today.